Good evening and welcome back to Unacademy. I hope the yesterday's session was useful to you. So, if you're having any doubt regarding any
Good evening and
sections,
welcome back to Unacademy.
if you're having any doubt regarding any sections, you are free to ask me. Okay, doubts. I'll clear within my limits. Fine. So, we are starting the preamble section today. So, first I thought I'll discuss preamble section. That is very important. You get prelims question from that area frequently nowadays. As when we analyze the question paper also, I told that area is very much important for your prelims perspective as well as your mains perspective. So let's see what is in preamble today. So welcome back to Unacademy. If you have not yet subscribed the channel, please do subscribe the channel for latest updates and notification. That is, the channel name is Crack UPSC CSE with us, that is English, and what you get is daily live classes, live tests, quizzes, structured course and unlimited access. You can download it from Google Play Store, App Store. About me, I'm Liyamol Biju. I have completed my master's in English. Currently, I'm a research scholar. Experience as a career counselor, more than 3 years of teaching experience. This is my Telegram link. This is my Unacademy profile link. So both you can verify it and you can follow me. So how to follow me? That is very simple. There is something known as description box given below. Just go and click the, so you get Liyamol's course link. Just click this so you can follow me. Also, there will be educators channel link. So you will get the notes, updates and the classes information. Fine. If you're facing any voice breakage or something, please let me know so that I can just do some arrangements. That's it. So you are getting an opportunity to study with the top educators in India across in a single destination, a single platform. And we cover entire syllabus, that is from the basics NCRT to current affairs. We cover it in a thorough and in a holistic way. There are two type of platforms, means two type of courses we offer, that is Plus course and Iconic course. In Plus course, you got live classes, test series, unlimited practice and structured schedule. The different plans is like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months and 36 months. So these are our basic plans for it. So 1 month is like 9,000 rupees. You get it for 8,100 rupees using the code BIJU. Fine. You can apply my code BIJU to get any percentage discount, and we are also providing you with EMI option, that is high. 12 months is like 49,500. You get it for 44,550 rupees using the code. And the monthly payment is like 3,713 rupees only. So this is also an opportunity. And one more thing, if you are joining our plan, no, you can watch whichever the new courses we are being starting. Okay. It is not particular that you are enrolling yourself into it. No, you can access test series. We provide you with test series, mains answer writing programs, mains answer writing classes, essay classes there separately, and live classes, test series, unlimited practice, structure schedule. You get a personal coach and mains answer writing, answer planning, and good evening study planner and personalized feedback. Option is 12 months is like 69,500 rupees. You get it for 62,550 rupees. You can also use my code BIJU to get a 10% discount on any of the subscription plans. Like this is our optional course, like 1 month, 6 month, 12 month, 24 months and 36 months. 1 month is like 5,000 rupees. You get it for 5,500 rupees, 4,500 rupees using the code BIJU. 6 months is like 22,500. You get it for 20,250 rupees. 12 months is like 27,500 rupees. You get it for 24,750 rupees using the code BIJU. Here also EMI options is there. That is, it is like 2,063 rupees you can pay as a monthly installment. So those who are planning to write in 2022 and all, this is a wonderful course, that is 24 months. You can get it for 36,000 rupees using the code. So if anybody wanted to join our plus or optional courses, you can just ask me any doubt if you're having how to join or something like that. And one more thing, let me tell you very frankly, this optional courses and studying optional is very much important. Decide a correct option. Okay. Your friend has chosen history, so I'm going to take history. That should not be your attitude. Please do make sure that whichever subject you are taking, you are capable. Hi. Whichever subject you are taking, you are capable to write answer in that. Please do confirm it and take, okay? So we are starting the new batches on 18th January. And this is like the UPSC compact. I have sent the details of it in the Sonu. That is nice name, Sonu. Fine. So what you have to do is, I have sent the details. So here I'll tell you what is this UPSC compact is about. It is a competition. Okay. What you have to know is, you just have to know the basic knowledge. You just have to know it. It is like an MCQ quiz. You can get 3 months UPSC CSE GS plus subscription. If you're getting one first rank, second rank, and third rank. Yeah, this course, whatever I'm taking right now, I'll be completing it. So rank 4 to 150 get 1000 rupees Amazon voucher. So this is very simple format, like 45 minutes. 60 question, you get 13 compact, 6 section, relative scoring, 490 contest. I have promoted, means I have given this UPSC compact thing in the Telegram group. Also, I'll send the evening course link, that is 80 question, means we are having an MCQ program every day. We are conducting it in 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. That will be much helpful for you too, because practicing prelims is the thing which is very tough to crack basically. Okay. And this UPSC compact is on 17th January 2021 at 11 a.m. So everybody, please do participate. It is like, if you're winning or losing, it's not a matter. You are participating it. You're taking part in it itself is a matter. Fine. New batches will be started for UPSC 2021, 22 and 2023 on 18 January. This is a new batch. We are having bilingual courses. That is ultimate 6 months batch is for prelims 2021. English is the Hindi batch is the Hindi exclusive batch is the bilingual batches is being there. So that is expedition ultimate GS 6 months batch, expedition 2020. So the name varies. So if you are having any doubt which course you have to enroll, please do ask me. I'll help you out for that. Then we are having in other courses, that is the 1 year CS batch will be started for 2022. Fine. And 2023 also we are starting 2 year batches being starting. And we are focusing on NCRT batches for UPSC prelims. It is an exclusive batch for NCRT. So you have to strengthen it. Okay, Sonu, let me complete this. Fine. And we are having complete GS batch, that is prelims plus mains will be covered here. You get additional to this, you can access any educator, you get special classes, booster sections will be there. So if you're joining, like you wanted to take both optional and the other one is GS, what you can do is, this is the best option, that is UPSC CSE optional plus UPSC CSE GS. You combine it, you get it for like 12 months is like 88,705 rupees. You get it for 70,103 rupees. You can have a monthly payment of 5,842 rupees. See, in an iconic course, that is more, we provide you with section boosters. Also, we provide you with a personal coach. 24 months is like 1,31,510. You get it for 99,680 rupees using the code BIJ. You can have a monthly payment of 4,153 rupees. 36 months is like 67,220 rupees. 1,21,200 rupees. And 3,367 rupees you get it. Please do use the code and join it. You can we are in a plan to hike the iconic prices soon, and from it will be applicable from 25th January. So I think one student who is from 9th standard is very much enthusiastic, and his name is Sonu, have joined this section. That is nice. So I really appreciate your eager. So what you have to do right now is very happily study the proper things what the teachers are taking you, because now after you complete all these steps you have to go and back study the same NCRT. So do it now itself. And also read Hindu newspaper. Make a habit of reading any English newspaper from the beginning. I suggest you all, everybody, to read Hindu newspaper. Okay, Hindu or Indian Express, but Hindu is basically the best one. Fine. And for everyone, let me tell you very frankly, when I'm taking classes, I have the habit of seeing the comments to the classes. So somebody has commented that it is not worth, it's not like that. See, when I'm taking, this is a YouTube channel, so when I'm taking, no, I'll be considering every student's like, and somebody has commented that two comments I have read, that is Hindu newspaper. Yes, Hindu newspaper you have to read. That it is really nice for those who don't know the basics. Yes. So the first section, it was regarding the first section. So I will. So I read it. So I got many opinions like this. So now I'm conducting that MCQ series based on the students' request all along. Fine. That is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So let me tell you. So this were the two comments. So I'll reply to it. I like to reply it sometimes. Okay, fine. So many have tell me the classes is really good. Thanks for those comment, and I really appreciate the feedback of the students. Like everything. So now what I'm telling is, when I'm taking, no, I try to explain even the basics, because many students does not know the basics. Seriously, you don't know basics. Everybody asks you to read Lakshmikant, you will go and read Lakshmikant, right? No, that is not the right approach to an UPSC aspirant. You should know the simple strategical basis and all. So that is the reason why I take time. I'm taking effort to explain that things, because no, when you're writing a mains examination, it all these stuffs is really going to help you out. So now two sections is being given, that is preamble, and the other one is like, Arjun, is everything going on fine? Means, is the voice breakage or something is that? Let me know. Okay. I'll keep the phone somewhere. It is quite disturbing. So I thought we'll start with preamble of the Constitution. Then we'll go to the salient features. Fine. Yeah. Fine. So now we are going to study the preamble. Don't worry. Please do listen. I have made notes of this preamble. So after attending the classes, I asked you to bring the Lakshmikant textbook, no? Yeah, have you with it? Do you have it with you? So while attending this section, no, please do make sure that you're bringing Lakshmikant and a highlighter. So I tell you some points, please do highlight it, means please do highlight it. And study means study, that's it. Okay, you can easily pass your, crack your this thing, prelims. Fine. So now we are going to study the preamble of the Constitution. Fine. So what do you know about preamble of the Constitution? Yeah, that is nice, Arjun. So those who are new to the classes, please do bring this Lakshmikant. I'll just ask you to mark it. So you please mark it. So what do you know about preamble? Have you ever seen the preamble? I always promise to bring this Bear Act, and I always forget it. Okay, one day I'll definitely show you the Bear Act. So Bear Act is a book which consists of articles. If you're getting it like 150 rupees or 100 rupees, something that like that is early. So you get the latest rule if any amendment is there, no? Fine, that is nice. Lakshmikant, Indian polity. So we are starting it. So what do you know about preamble? What is it? So this is the basic introduction of preamble. So let me read it, then we'll start the section. Fine. The term preamble means introduction to a statute. That is, it is like we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship, equality of status, and of opportunity to promote. Wait, let me complete it. To promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves to the Constitution. This is the crux of the Constitution. So, what is our Constitution is being completely being mentioned here in this section. What is it? Completely being measured. What is this Constitution is all about? What is our Constitution? What are the different methods of the Constitution? Everything is being defined here in a simple words. So this introduction really help you to understand what is our basics of Constitution. Okay. So this I just read it out. If you have not yet read, please do read it. That's why. Fine. So what is preamble? Preamble, I have given notes, so please do listen to it. Those who are watching for the first time, that's fine. So preamble is considered as the soul of the Indian Constitution. It is the prosperity in the country. It is the prosperity in the country. The preamble is the soul. It is the soul of Indian Constitution. You might have heard about the basic structure of the Constitution. We'll discuss what is basic structure of the Constitution is all about. Soul of Indian Constitution. See, I'm not showing in phone and all, in between and all. If you people are sending messages, if there is any technical error, I will be knowing about by looking into the phone and all. That's all. So that is why I'm in between I'm checking it whether everything is going on fine. So please do listen it. So preamble is known as the soul of Indian Constitution. So let me tell you, your parents, you love your parents, right? Why? Because they are like the soul of us, right? They are the soul. They are like our everything. The same way, the preamble is the everything of the Constitution because it discusses what a constitution is and what is the importance of our Constitution. See, so from former Chief Justice of India, M. Hidayatullah. Okay, so he was a former Chief Justice. Once he commented about the Constitution, see what I'm telling, no, please do write it because it will be helpful for the mains perspective. You can add these points and all. Fine, so already notes are there, but in addition to it, the preamble is of that is preamble resembles the Declaration of Independence of United States of India. So according to former Chief Justice M. Hidayatullah, the Indian Constitution, he says that preamble resembles the Declaration of Independence of United States of America, but it is more than a declaration. It is a soul of our Constitution which lays down the pattern of our political society in which it states it is sovereign, democratic republic. It contains solemn resolve which nothing but a revolution can alter. Yes, definitely. So, Saranth, I'll discuss what is this difference between rule of law and rule by law. Definitely, we are going to discuss all these stuffs. Okay, don't worry. So, first, let me complete it. So, did you point out it? Because you just can add as a addition when you are writing something, or simply it states that it discuss. Simply what is it telling that? It discuss the pattern of our political society. It discuss, okay, what is our pattern of the Fine, fine, fine. I'll reduce the speed. But let me tell you, you have to write 150 words. Means you have to write this examination. No, if you're going to happen, if you have gone through this previous year prelims and all, you could have known the timing. You never get timing. So instead of I am reducing the speed, but trying to add your writing speed, it definitely help you. Okay, but now I'll just inform it once more. Please try to that's I'll write it, dictate it once more. Preamble resemble the Declaration of Independence of United States of America, but it is more than a declaration. Preamble resembles the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America, but it is more than a declaration. It is the soul of our Constitution, which lays down the pattern of our political society, which it states a sovereign democratic republic. It contains solemn resolve, RESOLV, resolve, which nothing but a revolution can alter. So what does our preamble says? This preamble is saying that the ultimate authority of the Constitution is within the people. Within the people, we decides everything. It emerges from us. So what is it? It also mentioned that to secure all its citizens justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, and also basically this is telling that everything is being provided by the Constitution. So preamble also emphasized, that is stressed down on the unity of nation. Our country is a united nation. Our country is our country is a nation. We are having unity. So far only once the preamble has been amended, that was in the year 1976. So only once so far this. Can I switch on the fan and come, because it's a bit hot. Yep. So back. So are you able to hear me properly now? So what is it? Only so far in the history of India, only once this preamble has been amended. It was in the year 1976. If you're feeling that I'm going fast, you really can inform me. I'll reduce my speed. Fine. So the preamble contains it means simply you're just introducing yourself to the something, a new state, a new rule. That's it. Fine, Saranth. You are having one discussion on what is the difference between rule of law and rule by law. In between, I'll explain it. Okay, there is time when you are discussing this liberty. Sorry, equality. We have to discuss it. At that time, I'll just inform you. So actually, this statute is like a formal written enactment. What do you mean by it is like? It is a legislative authority. It is the legislative legislative authority which says that your law is being validated. It this law govern your country, your city, and the entire world might be. So it depends. So statute is something a legal entity or a legal, not legal entity, a legal. In between, I'm just facing the problems of this network. Not legal entity, a legal. So I was checking the font. So everything is going on fine, no? So it is like an enactment. It is like an enactment. It is a legal law which states that everything is fine. So according to this statute or this law, we rule the country. So did you understand what is a statute is? So any word, anything you are not getting, please do inform me. I'll just explain it. Done? So when did we adopt it? We adopted it in 26th November 1949 is the time when we are adopting this in our Constitution Assembly. So there are many key issues when we are being discussing about these things, okay. The first thing is key issues and key problems. We always come into mind when we are discussing about preamble. So did you understand what is a preamble is? What is its importance is? So now we are going to deep into it. Fine. Key points or key questions you get always. Is preamble a part of the Constitution? Is preamble the basic structure of the Constitution? Is preamble amendable? So these are the basic issues, basic questions that comes to your mind when you are reading about this preamble is, right? So we'll see some of the important cases which is telling preamble is the basic part of our Constitution. It is a basic structure of the Constitution. We can amend preamble but with certain limits. Fine. So what is the importance of preamble? It represents the philosophy, ideals and soul of entire Constitution. It indicates the source of our Constitution. It also states the objectives of our Constitution. So what is the importance of preamble is? The preamble is representing a philosophy, ideals, and it is like the soul of the entire Constitution. It also indicates the source of the Constitution. It indicates the statements of objectives of the Constitution. It also helps. It is also very helpful in understanding the legislative intention. Why we are having a legislation? What is its importance? What is it? So now we are going to see the detail of it. I hope you are all having that Lakshmikant textbook so far. Means you're having it. Now we are going to see the interpretation of the Constitution. I'm just keeping the fonts and worrying. I know it's very difficult. Fine. So the words, the first words, what is the first words in the Constitution is we the people of India. This is the first interpretation what we are going to give today. What is it? So it says that we are the authority. We the people of India. This particular statement, this particular sentence or particular thing states that Indian people are solely authority of this Constitution. We decides what is our Constitution is. And it also states that the ultimate authority of the Constitution is with Indian people. Fine. So we the people of India. So this particular statements. Fine. The particular statement itself says that we the people have the complete authority of the India. See, why I'm explaining it again and again, you get for interpretation, you get for the mains perspective. So even though there were many questions whether the Constituent Assembly which made this constitution is completely an independent body, we also see the criticism behind it. I told you to read the criticism behind this constitution yesterday, right? So once this Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said on the floor of the Constituent Assembly in 1949, I say that the preamble embodies what is desired for every member of the House, that the Constitution should have its root, its authority, its sovereignty from the people that it has. So please do write it. I'll just say this, all the codes, no, just inside somewhere you just make, if you are having a notebook, you write in on that. So let me tell you, if you're bringing a notebook, no, that will be very wonderful, so that you can add the additional point to it. So finally, when you're reading out, you combine this, take your Lakshmigan textbook, the notebook, with the explanation, with the case studies and all. You really can do well for your mains and prelims. So this is a caught by this Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So what he says about the preamble of the Constitution is that, I say that, please do write it like this itself. I say that the preamble embodies, see, I'm covering the pains perspective also. That is why I'm explaining all these things. I'm giving you chords and all. I say that the preamble embodies what is desired for every member of the House, that the Constitution should have its root, its authority, its sovereignty from people that it has. So this is it. Did you write it? So you got explanation of we the people of India. See, all these scopes, all these steps, no, you get for prelims also. Even though this is only this much, this is a wonderful scopes that you have to study for your prelims, mains, or even in interview you get questions on it. Done? So understand what is the we the people of India, what is the opinion of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. See, from the statement we the people of India, it authorises that the Indian people have the sole authority within the country, within the Constitution. Fine. Now we are going to see the interpretation of each and every word. So the words secular, socialist, secular, and integrity. So these three words were being amended. This were being added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. The words socialist, secular, integrity were added by the Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. So this is important for your prelims, PT. When I'm telling PT, that is prelims. Don't think that I'm reading it out, but it is helpful for you. Now we are seeing that. So preamble mainly reveals the four ingredients or four components. First one, it decides the source of authority of the Constitution. It defined the nature of Indian states. What is the nature of Indian state? It is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. This is the nature of our country. It also will discuss the objectives of the Constitution. What is the objective of the Constitution? Justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity are the objectives. See, please do mark it. All these points, no, you get it for prelims. Basic things. Nature of the Indian state is declared by the word sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Objectives of the constitution is getted by the words like justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Fine. So what you can expect for your prelims is like this: interchanging. So nature of Indian states, they mix with the objectives of the Indian states and gives you questions so that you yourself get confused over it. Fine, clear with it? Now see the story of preamble. So from which concept is preamble? So everything. So the preamble is the last one to be added. So every constitution being, entire constitution was being made, and finally they decided we are lacking something. So they thought to give an introduction, and that introduction became preamble. So it was in Jawaharlal Nehru. Basically, he introduced the objective resolution in 1947. That is in December 13, 1947. So what was doing? So the drafting committee was there. No, so they thought, okay, we will also make a preamble. We will also give some introduction which defines the essential features of the new states. Also, it can give the idea about the socio-political condition of the new states. And so the committee thought, okay, we'll adopt the words like sovereign, democratic, republic. Also, the word fraternity was being added. So basically, the word, instead of the word sovereign, they use the word independent republic. Later the word sovereign was being what? Amended and being added. So basically, they added the word independent republic to this story, the basic things. Fine. So it also discuss it. So now we are going to see interpretation of all these words, starting with the first word, that is socialism. Please do be very clear cutly interpretation of all. So please do interpret the word, this socialism word. So I'm giving an explanation. This is important. The explanation helps you to write your prelims. Okay. So when you come into the basics, no, basically the Indian Constitution never ever mentioned all this word socialist and all. So while the original Constitution did not mention any particular ideology, our Constitution never mentioned any particular ideology. It didn't give expression to the things also. So what was being given? It said that, okay, you need equal opportunity. The only thing, so basically we never had the word socialist. It was inserted to the constitution by 1976 amendment. So basically why we didn't give this? In the original constitution, never the idea of the socialism word being used. Instead of socialism, our constitution makers thought that we can give the word like economic justice, equality and opportunity. So this word economic justice and equality of opportunity mainly discuss the idea of socialism. So basically we discussed in the first section what is a socialism is. So what I told you, economic justice and equality of opportunity. This is the why I have taken a lot of time and explain all the basic stuffs. Fine. So the word socialism, that is economic justice and equality of opportunity, says that yeah, it is socialism. But in 1976, Indira Gandhi, she thought that okay, this is not enough. We have to add something more, and she add the word socialism, socialist. This is the essence of socialism. That is the basic two words like economic justice, economic justice. The words economic justice and equal opportunity, the both of the words itself discuss the essence of the things. So it was, when it was introduced by the 42nd Amendment Act. So what is the socialism in India? The socialism in India does not mean that you have to abolish all the private property, right? In the socialism of India is saying that you should not wanted to just watch the socialism in India. Socialism of India is not telling you or advising you to eliminate the complete private property. We already saw that what is socialism is. Socialism is a concept which says that government plus private in a limited way. Government in a high way, private in a limited way. So India is a country with which type of economy? This socialist word says that India is a country of mixed economy. Here we are not completely abolishing the things. Fine. So basically the word socialism was inserted because we wanted to have a coexistence. We wanted to give equal opportunity to every person. Indian socialism is basically a blend of Marxism and Gandhism. It is a blend of the word Marxism and Gandhism. Both of the terms was being explained by the first section. So I hope this is the reason why I explained all the sections in the first section. So I hope this is the reason why so you understand why I was taking a lot of time and explaining. You get all these words, so it takes time. Fine. Did you understand what is socialism? What is the word socialism is? Socialism means you are giving equal opportunity to every people in the country. Here in India, it does not mean that you're completely eliminating or completely nullifying the things, that is the private property. We are having private property and we have a mixed economy, and Indian socialism is a blend of Marxism and Gandhism. So it ensures that you are giving equal opportunity and equal income to all the persons in the country. That is the main idea behind it. So this is a case which was being done, which questioned the socialism in India. In Excel vs Union of India, the Supreme Court observed that addition of word socialist might enable the court to learn more in favor of nationalism and state ownership of the industry. So this was a case. So when you're writing about socialism, you can add this case, that is in Excel vs Union of India. In this particular case, the Supreme Court observed that you are adding Y. So this basically, this case, that is in Excel versus Union of India. Excel is an industry. So it questioned in Union of Supreme Court whether what is the crux of the word this nationalism is. They try to socialism is. I think it was like acquiring the property of them. So what is it? So it was being challenged. The very move of 1972 was being challenged. What is the need of the socialism and all? Being challenged in the court when the XLBR, this company, got into trouble with some industrial issue. So he went, they went and challenged in the Supreme Court. So the court said that the adding this word socialist is much important because it favors the nationalism and also encourage the state ownership of industry. So some industry is not working well, and if the state government feel that they can acquire it and they can work out it, definitely you can go it. So it also says that you cannot completely ignore the benefits, the basic things, basic condition of the workers, basic condition of the public. Fine. And it says that you cannot push the principle of socialism and social justice cannot be pushed to such an extent so as to ignore completely or to levy very large extent. So you always have to consider the section, the public section, and their opinion should be considered. Also, in the same way, you have to consider the opinion of the private people. You have to consider the private owners also in the well thing. See, India is a country of socialism. That means not only the government has doing everything. We are having the private property, private ownership also can establish their company. They can also do well things. So this is what the judgment was being the XLVOS Union of India. This is one of the famous case. In Air India Statutory Corporation vs United Labour Union. In this case, that is in Air India versus United Labour Union, the Supreme Court said that the very concept of the socialism itself is, it is like an egalitarian social order through rule of law as its basic structure. So we are having the rule of law as the basic structure of the things. So simply you cannot just go and challenge everything. Yeah, this is the people, the sole people is having authority in this. So they can do the things. Same way the government is having authority. It is, in this case, it say that the word socialism was expressly brought into the constitution to establish an egalitarian social order through the rule of law. So the rule of law, rule established by law, we'll discuss very detailed in Article 14. So this is the first concept. Two cases we see socialist. Now we are seeing the next case, that is secularism. So the secularism is guaranteed through the fundamental right of the constitution, right? From Article 25 to 28. From Article 25 to 28, the through the fundamental right, the secularism of constitution is being added. So the word secular was also added. Basically, the word secular was not in the Constitution of India. It was added in 1976 by the thing. So whether the constitution defines the secularism? No, nowhere Indian constitution define what a secularism is. The word secularism or the secularism is not defined in the constitution. Fine. Secularism or the secularism is not defined in the constitution. The constitution never ever has mentioned or decides or discuss what is secularism is. No definition is being given for the word secularism. Be very careful when you are discussing it. The word never discuss the secularism. But it gives ideas on secularism, Indian secularism. The very idea of Indian secularism can be seen from this Article 25 to 28 of the Constitution. Yes, treating all religion as equal. So the Indian concept of secularism is very, very different from the other world's concept of secularism and all. For other people, secularism is state is having a particular religion. In some case, state does not have a particular religion. In Indian, secularism is that we don't have a state religion. Fine. It is like we are giving equal opportunity to every religion. Every religion is equal in the country. So that is a basic idea of Indian secularism. Fine. Which is discussed in Article 25 to 28 of the Constitution. When we are discussing fundamental rights, we are going to see it. Did you understand? Yeah, we are having a right to follow any religion. It is there in the constitution, but that is not secularism. The word particular means, I mean that the word secular is not defined in the constitution. We hints this is Indian secularism. Never ever in the constitution you can see a definition for the secularism, but we hint this is Indian secularism. That is, you have the right to follow any religion. So when you coming to the world concept of the secularism, it is really entirely different. Okay, in secularism means in other world context, you are having a particular religion. A particular religion will be the you are following it. In Indian secularism, it is not like that. Done. Indian secularism says that yeah, every religion is equal. You wanted to follow a religion, you follow it. If you don't want to follow a religion, nobody is going to push you or pull you to follow this religion. Fine, it is your discretion, your own mental ability, your own thing. Yeah, you want it, you follow it. That's it. See, the term secularism was inserted in the preamble in 1976, but the state envisaged the constitution was a secular state. The term secular has not been defined in the constitution, but its operative meaning may be drawn from different provisions of the constitution. Okay, this is with the information, updated information. I'm telling you the word secularism, the word secular is never ever mentioned. It is mentioning in the constitution, but the word secularism, did you understand? The word secularism is defined, not defined in the constitution. We are updating it to different provisions of the constitution, like article 25 to 28. We are thinking, yeah, that's it. We are getting assumption. Equality is assured to all the person irrespective of religion. Equality, we are getting equality to all religion irrespective of things. So freedom of faith, belief and worship is allowed to all. Freedom of faith, belief and worship is allowed to all. Fine. So did you understand? So if anybody is asking you a question regarding whether the term secularism is defined in the constitution, no, the word secular is not defined in the constitution, but the word secular is there, and we are getting its idea through the different provisions. We don't have a state religion. Okay, we don't, Indians does not have a state religion so far today till date. But don't know what about the future and all. It's not, you cannot define it. But till date, you don't have a secularism. Means you don't have a state religion. We protect all the religions. So we cannot say that India is not a irreligious state or a religious state. But yeah, it is fine. You wanted to pray, you wanted to follow, you follow it, you just go. That's it. So did you understand the concept of Indian secularism? Now we are going to see two cases, important cases and important landmark judgment. The first one is Saint Xavier College vs State of Gujarat. So in this case, what is the judgment? The judgment says that secularism is neither anti-God nor pro-God. So this is why I was explaining all these things. Secularism is neither anti-God nor pro-God. So it is treating everybody as equal. If you are a devout, you treat it well. If you are an agnostic, you are treating well. If you are an atheist, it is not a matter. So it says that this is one of the landmark judgments. So when you are writing your mains, you can add this. When you are writing about secularism, there are many other judgments also. I always consider these two things. Okay. So Supreme Court, Saint Xavier's College versus State of Gujarat. According to it, designed that It is neither anti-God nor pro-God. It does not favor any devout or agnostic or atheist. And it ensures that it eliminates God from the matters of state. And nobody can be discriminated on the grounds of religion. This is one of the important concepts. See why I'm explaining these concepts, no? You get confusing questions on prelims. It eliminates means the God cannot interfere in Indian constitution. Whether it be Hindu God or Christian God or Muslim Allah, no God can interfere, come and stay in our state religion. God is a separate matter for us. And nobody can be what? Nobody can be discriminated on the ground of religion. Did you understand the concept? Aruna Roy vs. Union of India, that is Supreme Court, said that secularism has a positive meaning in developing understanding and respect towards different religion. So Indian secularism is a positive concept or a negative concept? It is a positive concept. Basically, secularism is a negative concept. See, there are two concepts, that is negative and positive. It differs. If some concept is positive for the state, the same time that concept will be negative for the citizens of India. If a concept is positive for the Indian citizen, it is negative for the state that is India. Fine. So this is one of the two important landmark judgments. There are many other landmark judgments also. Fine. So do you have this Lakshmikant? I'll tell you. Okay, fine. After this entire section is over, I'll tell you some other cases which you have to study. Did you understand these two cases? Yeah, that is equality before law, equal opportunity for law. For state, it is a positive concept. For people, it is a negative concept. Yeah, that is a basic difference in a Indian constitution. We'll see it to it. What is this positive and negative concept? You clearly understand when you are discussing this fundamental rights. Article 14, 15, 16 and all. Now when you are discussing, you get it in a better way. Fine. At that time, I'll discuss. If we are discussing this now, you will yourselves will be confused. Now we are going to see this concept is democratic. India has borrowed a present form of democracy from the Western world. So solely democracy. What is the meaning of democracy? Democratic means the government is solely responsible with India. Indian people, the government does have to see the welfare of the people. You cannot be an autocratic government or an other type of government. Fine. What is this here? It's going on. The basic concept of democracy is being defined from the rest of the world. So Indian democracy is obviously different from the world democracy. It is a different type of democracy. Yeah, everything is different for India. So according to US wanted to be a democratic, but not the rest of the world. They wanted to be subordinate to them. That is their attitude. When you coming to international relation, you study policies, you really get to know about it. So we are seeing Indian democracy. Why Indian democracy can be seen as a democratic? Because we are having representative parliamentary democracy. And executive is responsible for all its policies and action. So this democracy, whatever being mentioned in the constitution, is not only consigned to this political democracy, it also defines your economic democracy, social democracy. Means you wanted to be live in a society, you wanted to convert your religion to some other religion, it is your thing. You wanted to follow this culture, it is your thing. You wanted to deny Indian culture, you wanted to cooperate with the Western culture, it is all your personal discretion. So that means The country is providing you democracy, equal opportunity for everything. Done. In between, I have to check whether this is going on well or not. Fine. Fine. So, democracy is not only in political terms but also in economic and social terms. So, every citizen, every adult citizen in the country have equal representation. What is it? They have the right to vote. Right to vote is a part of the democratic principles of the country. So, according to this Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the main aim of democracy is to attain social and economic democracy. And he himself said that you are getting a political democracy. What is a political democracy? What you are getting is right to vote. Right to vote is an example of the political democracy. According to B.R. Ambedkar, it says that you have to go give more emphasis on social and economic order. See, you are having a right to vote, but you are starving. You don't have food to eat. So what is the use of democracy? You also wanted to get social and economic democracy. You wanted to get equal opportunity in the society. You wanted to see, you are not considered as a downtrodden person. You are what? Your caste, your creed does not matter. You're getting equal social status. You are not an untouchable person. So untouchability is a what? One of the most important problem India still suffer. Yeah, in some words of the country. So you are not untouchable. You are equal. Your caste is not a matter. You are a Christian is not a matter. You are a Hindu. You belonging to like a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Brahminical order. No, no, no. That is not at all a matter. You are getting equal opportunity in studies. You are getting equal opportunity in school. You are getting equal opportunity to your work. So that is a social democracy. So B.R. Ambedkar say that you not only want this political democracy, you also wanted this social and economic democracy. What is economic democracy? You are getting money. You need to spend, no? So now there are two important cases which you can see, that is Apex Court in Union of India versus Association of Democratic Reforms. So according to this judgment, the court says that the democracy will have only existence when there is free and fair election. If you don't have any free and fair election, what is the existence of democracy? If you are having free and fair election, that is the existence of democracy. And it also states that free and fair elections are the most important feature of a democracy. It also implies the government, executive, legislature, and judiciary should be separate, yet mutually independent. All these things are independent to each other. It is a way of life. It must maintain human dignity, equality, and rule of law. So, rule of law and that concept, no, I thought I'll discuss with Article 14, because again it have to be discussed when you are discussing in the context of Article 14, rule of law and rule established by law. This is a two concept. Article 14 itself have these two concepts. Fine. When we are discussing it, just for now, time being, just understand it as rule of law. Rule established by law and rule of law is a two different concept, and there is difference for it. When we are discussing Article 14 in details, I'll explain it. So, into that context, no, it is very easy to explain also. Done? So, Union of India versus Association of Democratic Reforms. So, free and fair elections is a must. So, you understand it? Free and fair elections is itself says that we are democracy. If no free and fair election, no democracy. Now we are going to see the term republic. So the term republic so simply so that India has a head on the state and that is president, and he is for the term of 5 years. And it also states that a republic means power which is being derived from directly or indirectly from the people. In India, it is indirectly from the people. And a person will be holding power who's being directly or indirectly elected, and that person can rule for a particular time and it is being limited. So India is being sailing as a republic. So all the citizens are equal in law. All the citizens are equal in law. There are no privileged castes. So every citizen in the country have the right to try for any public office irrespective of their caste and all, sex, religion and all. Even transgenders can be a part of India. Means transgenders can be part of this. So we can hope in future that we get a transgender president, a transgender prime minister, etc. We are accepting them also as a human being, as a citizen. So fine. So did you understand the concept of republic? That is a simple concept. Social justice. When you are discussing this justice, no, justice has variant variety. Social justice is there, economic justice is there, political justice is there. So all these justice are very much important for us. Fine. Each and every justice is important for Indian citizens. So the term justice itself decides of three terms like social, economic and political. So social justice says that equal without any discrimination. You are not seeing the color of the person, you are not seeing the religion of the person, you are not seeing the sex of the person. Every person is being treated as equal. So you are a rich person, either you are Ampani or you are a poor farmer, you are being treated as equal. That is what the constitution say, without the economic disparity. That is economic justice. So political justice means says that even a beggar and CEO of any companies have the equal political right, equal access to all political offices, equal voice in the government. Fine. So this is a concept of justice. So you are not discriminated by your birth. You born as a Christian, you born as a Muslim, you born as a Hindu, you born as a Parsi, no difference in Indian country. Everybody is equal. The concept of welfare state is envisaged. So this concept you can see in DPSP. This basic concept of welfare state for ensuring the social justice can be seen in the DPSP, and through DPSP many measures are being taken to what? To solve the disparity in the social justice. So economic justice is mainly implies to the removal of poverty. Equal distribution of national wealth. Equal distribution of national wealth is being mentioned or discussed in economic things. And this also you can see in the directive principles. So the directive principles is assuring or telling the state to call upon the state to try and secure ownership and control over the resource to serve the common good, for the goodness of the people, goodness of the society. Use it. You are having a property, use it for the welfare of the people. Distribute it with the people. So make our people equally. equally important and equal. So this is what is being discussed. So this political justice, one person, one vote. One person, one vote. This is the reason why please go, everybody asks you to go and give this. And not only this, you are getting equal opportunity in studies, in educational institution, in a political thing. You are getting equal opportunity. This economic justice is being given, like scholarships and all being given to the persons who find it really difficult. Fine. So that's it. So one more thing, please do participate in UPSC Combat on January 17, that you get free 3 months subscription for plus platform of Unacademy. I've sent the details in the group also. Liberty. Now we are going to discuss the term liberty. So what is this liberty? Liberty means freedom. You are able to do freedom. You are having freedom to do whatever you want. But you are having a limitation. You wanted to do a bomb blast, you are not supposed to do that. It is against the law. Fine. Liberty means freedom. You are having freedom to do whatever you want. You wanted to do whatever you want, you can do it, but you should not go and interfere in someone else's freedom. See, suppose, yeah, Indian freedom is giving that you are having liberty, you don't like some person, it doesn't mean that you can go and kill him. Law will punish it. You have reasonable restrictions to every law which is being enacted in the country. You are having reasonable restrictions. The scope will be discussed in fundamental rights. Why this liberty? It means that you should enjoy a minimal right, the basic needs, like the freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom, belief of faith and worship. All these things are your basic right, your basic freedom. The Constitution enable it through the preamble. So we'll discuss these details. So liberty details you can see in fundamental rights. Justice in fund of DPSP. Done. Now we are seeing equality. The next term what we are going to discuss is equality. So the term equality means you don't have a certain privileges. Article 17, abolition of titles. In ancient India, sorry, not in ancient India, in British India, you are given a title like Raja, Sir. Okay, so you can't have such titles right now in India. Abolition of titles to provide equality. So equality before law. Article 14, prohibition of discrimination on the Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Article 15, equal opportunity in matter of public employment. Article 16, Article 18 is abolition of titles. So all these articles give you equal opportunity. So you may get a doubt whether Padma Bhushan, you are offering a doctorate, and is it all titles? They are not titles, okay. Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri is not a title. It is a, what is it then? We'll discuss when we are discussing Article 18 of the Constitution. So this is basically equality. We are discussing it on when we are discussing on the fundamental right. Like you can access a public toilet, you can access a public theater. It is open to everybody. That is an equality, not on caste based on a thing you are being there. Untouchability is abolished. What is this untouchability being abolished? Like in the before there was a caste system prevailed in India during that time. You are belonging to particular caste. You are not supposed to be. See, there are movies which you say that the lower caste woman cannot cover their breast. So there, in prior to the freedom struggle, prior to the Indian things, no, there was a condition when, like the lower caste woman. So I'm not telling they are not treating as lower caste and all, but this is what being prevailed. That is, lower caste women cannot cover their breast. They have to be open to everything. Okay, but the upper caste women in the country can cover their breast. So this was a inequality, injustice. By the article of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and all, we are giving, yes, there was a condition known as breast tax. If you wanted to cover, it was in the later stage, okay. If you wanted, a lower caste woman wanted to cover their breast, they have to pay tax. Tax, okay, breast tax. Done. So this is what is being done. So you are discriminated here. What is happening? You are discriminated on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. You belonging to this area, you are not supposed to be here. You belonging to this caste, we don't provide you equality. So this is being completely nullified, completely deleted, completely eliminated by equality and by fundamental rights. There are also many other cases like Devadasi system. It was a sort of inequality. Fine, it is a now it is considered as a criminal thing. If forced Devadasi system and all, misuse of girls and all, fine. Then employment opportunity, equality in education system, like you belongings to lower caste, you are not supposed to study. Why in India, when I discussed this medieval thing, I discussed that many people were attracted from Hindu religion, many people converted to Islam. Why? What is the reason? Untouchability which prevailed in the Hindu religion. That was one of the reason why which many lower caste people who converted to, there was forced conversion, but also the other people who were converted were much attracted towards the religion because everybody was being treated as equal. There is no disparity. Like Raja will touch the lower caste people, citizens also. No thing. So, such kind of inequality, injustice was being removed. That is religion, race, caste system. Fine. So this is not my interpretation. This is what we learned from history. Fine. Then public employment. Yeah, Ambedkar also converted to Buddhism. That is true. But he fight for it. Even Ambedkar was denied opportunity to study. He was never allowed to sit in the front bench. Have you seen the story of this Dr. ABJ Abdul Kalam, his personal autobiography? When you're going through it, you can see that there's in his cases and all, since he was a Muslim boy, he was not allowed to sit with a Brahmin boy in the front seat. But those two guys were friends. So when when a teacher denied an opportunity for Abdul Kalam to sit with a Hindu boy in the class, this is an incident which happened. So when they went and tell to their parents, no, those parents were in good terms. So he come and blasted the teacher and said, please do allow the persons to sit. So this is a mind thought in the this is something thinking, the thought in the mind of the people of the country. So how to eliminate all these things? To see, it is after independence. Abdul Kalam cases after independence. So this is what I read from his one of his book. I think it was from his autobiography, right? Done? So they never gave an opportunity to study for the lower caste standard. Now all these things is being abolished by this equality. Fine. Did you understand why the law provided equality? Now every principal, every citizen have the right to participate in the governance. Fraternity. The term fraternity is incorporated from Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The term fraternity is incorporated from Article 1. So now we are going to see Article 1 and 2. What is fraternity means? Fraternity means brotherhood. Every citizen, every person is considered as a brother. So did you understand the concept of equality over there? Clear with the concept of equality? So the term fraternity is incorporated from Article 1 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The basic term, you get it from 1948. Article 1 and 2 of this Universal Declaration of Human Rights talks about fraternity, and now it is being added to the Indian Constitution. Fine. So everything can goes well if you are having a brotherhood. If you are feeling that he is your brother, yeah, and it create oneness. The concept of oneness is being created among the persons. So it is like all more in need of unity. And we are having a feeling that what is it? We belongs to one country, one nation, etc. Right? The principle of common citizenship is directed towards strengthening the sense of unity and integrity of the nation. It also mainly, the main aim is to promote equality, equal brotherhood. So, fraternity is only possible when dignity and right of individual is being protected. When each individual is getting dignity and each individual is getting what? Equality, then at that point of time only this fraternity is applicable. You're not respecting them one person, then what is the use of this fraternity? There is no scope in fraternity. Fraternity is a concept which you get it. The Constitution ensures through the preamble dignity of the individual. Directive principles enjoy on the state to make policies to ensure the dignity of the individual. Unity and integrity. The word unity was originally present in the preamble, whereas the term integrity was added. Fine. Dignity. What is this dignity of the individual? So fraternity is nothing but you are keeping having a brotherhood. You are feeling that everybody is your brother. Simple, humble concept. Okay. I think I missed two things. That is, the one is integrity and yep. We write on integrity and unity and integrity. Dignity of integrity was added by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. Unity basically implies political unity of the country, whereas duties require that every citizen must uphold and protect sovereignty, unity, and integrity of the country. This is a basic right. Integrity means what is it? Now is I'm checking. Good evening and welcome back to Unacademy. I hope the Good evening and welcome back to Unacademy. I hope the I don't know it's working or not. I'm just waiting for the 5 minutes, something like that. Is it fine now? I am able to. Are you able to hear me? Good evening and welcome back to Unacademy. I hope the No, I was just rechecking. Is it fine so that I can complete? No, I'm just starting. No, I was just rechecking. Is it fine so that I Yeah, fine. So it's going on well. I don't know, yeah. Internet, you can't blame everything. Everybody's working right now in internet, and here it's some raining and all. Fine. So we stopped with this dignity of individual. So you understand the concept, no? Unity and integrity. Now we are going to see preamble as a guiding source of desired state. Please do write it as a heading. Preamble as a guiding source of desired state. So preamble proclaim the solemn resolution of the people of India to constitute of India into a sovereign secular republic state. So what is it? It mainly say that India is going to be a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic. So this is the main guiding principle of the desired state. Fine. So 1950 onwards, this came into be effect. This preamble come into effect from 1950 onwards. From 1950 onwards, we are following the preamble, and the socialist and secular word has been adopted by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. This is a heading which you can write for your mains. Okay, that is why I'm just discussing. We discussed all these things, but we are writing it. The original draft of the Constitution opened with words sovereign, democratic, republic. So the same amendment added two concepts like unity and integrity into the thing. And what is it? The significance, the very significance lies with we the people of India. It made the statement that the concept is for the people of India, it is made for the Indian people. So you can see the expression of it with so the word socialist. So what is this? Preamble as a guiding source of desired state. So we discussed all these terms. We summarize it and write it. What is it? We the people of India have the crux of it, and it determine it's the people of the India is the authority of it. It also give enormous varied explanation about justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity. According to the preamble of India, the Constitution of India, the word sovereign occupies a vital role. So when a question is asked preamble as a guiding source of desired state, what you have to write is, we have explained all these things in a detail in 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. You have to shorten it and you have to write it, and you have to write as an answer. Fine. The preamble also guarantees secularism. Secularism implies equality for opportunity. So that is it. Now we are going to see the amendability of the Constitution. The first case, the very important case is what we are going to see is Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. This is a possible question. Why? Why? Because now we are going to see the basic structure doctrine. Amendability is related with the basic structure doctrine. The issue whether the preamble of Constitution in India is amended, can be amended or cannot be amended. For the first time, it was raised in Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. Yes, integrity was also added in 42nd Amendment. See, that was just, I was just concluding. If a question asks, you have to write all those steps. That's what I meant. Fine, Sachin. So this is amendability. Amendability is another concept, and for the first time, this case being discussed in the court in Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala in 1973. So in this, Supreme Court held that this particular thing, that preamble is a part of the Constitution and it can be amended. Parliament cannot amend the basic features of the preamble. So, but what is a basic feature of the preamble is never being mentioned. So, it is always tell that basic structure, basic structure, basic structure. So, what we are going to see? What is this basic structure doctrine? We'll discuss it now. Before that, we'll just go to this case. If any those elements removed from the structure, see, preamble is a basic structure of the Constitution. If you are removing anything from that, it will not serve it. It is not being identified it. Fine. So this is the judgment. And first case is Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. This Keshavananda Bharati recently passed away. So there is a possibility of it. So now we are going to see the, yes, democracy is BS. Basic structure. Democracy is basic structure, but nowhere in the Constitution clearly defined what is basic structure doctrine. So now we are going to see the basic structure doctrine. So can you say when is the first amendment? The first amendment year. When is the first amendment happened? It was in First Amendment Act was in 1951, which amended Article 31A and Article 31. No. The First Amendment Act was in 1951 itself, where Article 31A and Article 31B was inserted. And Article 31B created something known as 9th schedule. Yes, 9th schedule. That is right, 31. And means immunize. What it does, it immunized certain laws against the scope of judicial review. It also laws pertaining to accusation of property and compensation paid for such accusation were kept under the 9th schedule. Fine. So it says that you can amend the Constitution, but you should not take the fundamental. You can alter it, but you cannot amend it. Yeah, land reforms, that is right. So this is the thing. So now we are going to see the evolution of the basic structure of the Constitution. First starting, the first case when we are discussing the evolution of the Constitution is Gokalnath case. Sorry, Golaknath case. I always read it as Gokalnath. It is Golaknath case. 1967. The first case we are going to discuss is Golaknath case of 1967. It was like 6-5. 6-6 to 5 was this majority thing. Its judgment. SC said that, Supreme Court said that Article 368, Article 368 did not confer upon the Parliament power to amend the Constitution. SC said that Article 368 what is it? Goleknath case of 1965. You are seeing the basic evolution of it, and please do make this cases note and all. Okay, please, whatever I'm telling, explaining, please do make a note on it. It's definitely going to help you out. It said that Article 368 merely lay down the amending procedure. It says that the did not, yes, to amend the fundamental rights. SE said that Article 368 did not confer upon Parliament the power to amend the Constitution. It is said that Article 368 merely laid down the amending procedure. So it clearly says that the Parliament cannot amend the Constitution as such. Okay. It also said that the amending power of the Constitution is equal to, it is a power confined by Article 245. And hence constitutional amendment law was also within the purview of Article 13. It also says that the Constitutional Amendment Act is within the Article 13, within the scope of, yes, you cannot amend the Constitution. Goleknath case clearly said that you simply can't go and amend the Constitution. Even Article 368 says that it does not confer the power to amend the Constitution. It is just lay down the amending procedures is being laid down. Parliament, you cannot simply go and amend the Constitution. It is not possible. The judgment, the landmark judgment was that it created, or judgment placed limitation on Parliament. It created limitation. It gave limitation on the power to amend the Constitution. It created limitation on power to amend the Constitution. Fine. Power to limit the Constitution is being clearly given there. So first of all, is it now audible? Is the voice now audible? So we are discussing about Goleknath case of 1967. It was like 6-5 majority. According to this, it says that there is limitation on power. The Parliament, it led to the power conflict between judiciary and executive. Sorry, judiciary and Parliament. They fight each other and they said this is not possible. This is not possible. So Parliament said that we have the right to amend the Constitution. Supreme Court said that you don't have the right to amend the Constitution according to the Article 368. And it said that there is limitation on the power to amend the Constitution. There are certain limits. You can't go beyond that. So that is what is Goleknath case is being telling. So what did know? They didn't know. They reacted. The Parliament was get fed up with this. They reacted through it by amending 24th and 25th Amendment of 1971. So definitely the Supreme Court said that you don't have the right to do all these steps. It is not your thing. Please do according to the Constitution. So the Parliament were no. They did not stop it something like that. They reacted to it. How did they reacted? They simply reacted by amending the Constitution. Fine. They simply reacted by amending the Constitution, like 24th and 25th Amendment, suddenly they bring it out and say, challenge the Supreme Court. See, we are going to do this. Now we see 24th Amendment Act of 1971. 24th Amendment Act 1971. Here, Article 13 and Article 368 itself being amended. So so in previous judgment, that is in 1967, the Parliament say that, the Supreme Court said that you cannot go and simply amend the Article 368 according to the Article 368. So what did they did? Within 2 years, they simply amended Article 13 and 368 itself. And Article 13(4) was added to it. Article 13(4) was added to it. And it said that nothing shall apply to the amendment of the Constitution made under Article 368. Nothing shall state. So it also amended Article 368. So these two things you imported it. Article 30 in 25th Amendment, Article 31, two more things was being added. That is Article 31C was added. So that is it regarding this article, the 24th Amendment Act of 1971, and this 24th Amendment Act, you just get the concept. Now, what did this SE do? So that is it. We are discussing the thing. Now we are going to see the famous Keshavananda Bharati judgment once more. So this tussle, this problem between them, that is judiciary and parliament, came in peak with the 24th Amendment Act itself. Because what happened? They went and amended Article 313 and 368 itself. So this was a 13 bench judgment. That is, somewhere it is given, this Keshavananda Bharati case. Amendability, the questioning of amendability. We started with here, no? This itself, this Keshavananda Bharati case was a 13 bench judgment case. Fine. So the validity of 24th and 25th Amendment. The validity of 24th and 25th Amendment was challenged in the court. So you got Golaknath case was there. After that, what happened? The Parliament and Supreme Court was in tussle. So Supreme Court enacted Article 24th and 25th. This 24th and 25th, where this Keshavananda Bharati went and challenged in the Supreme Court. So this is the Keshavananda Bharati case. And so what happened here? Here the Supreme Court said that the Golaknath case was wrong. Here the Supreme Court said that the Golaknath case was wrong, and it said that there is power to amend the Constitution under Article 368. So what was the case? Under Article 368, in Golaknath case said that you don't have the right to amend the Constitution. But here SE itself said that you have the right to amend the Constitution. SE says that you have the right to amend the Constitution as of right now. Fine. You can amend it. And it said that the Golaknath judgment was wrong. So what happened to Golaknath? He get Gobi. Simply, humbly. This is what happened in the case. So it also said that, yeah, Parliament can make laws. Parliament can make laws for the people of the country. The Parliament can make laws on the people of country. Fine. And so it can also have the power to amend the Constitution. You can amend the Constitution as simple as that. So that is what the SE told in this Keshavananda Bharati case. It was against the land property. Okay, some of the places of land. Sorry, this Keshavanda Bharati was head of a mud. Uh, so what he was doing, his land was being acquired by the state government of Kerala. So what he did is he went and questioned it. How dare you to acquire my land? Article 13 is being protecting us. So this led to a landmark judgment. So it said that, yeah, you can amend the fundamental rights, and all, but you should not amend the basic structure of the constitution. Fine. So this was being mentioned there. And this 25th, they said that this 24th amendment, so after this 1973 case, that is especially the Keshavanda Bharati cases, many things being challenged in the court. That is, in 1975, what happened? In 1975, when something was being challenged, that is Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's election was challenged in the Allahabad court, and it said that it is null and void. So what she does, she proclaimed emergency. Already there was an emergency. She continued it for a long term, and after re-election being conducted, and she failed in the re-election. So this was the case of this. Fine. So now later amendments were made in the People Representation Act of 1951, 1974. See, please do get a copy of this People Representation Act and study it. You get it for mains, okay. Then the other case what we going to discuss is 42nd Amendment Act. You get an idea on this Keshavananda Bharati case. Now we'll discuss it again and again. So you get a clear-cut idea. This is the highlight of it. Amendment Act, 42nd Amendment Act. So to see the Keshavananda Bharati case into detail, this Indira Gandhi, then the Prime Minister, appointed a committee known as Keshavananda Swaran Singh Committee. She appointed a committee known as Swaran Singh Committee. Swaran Singh Committee was being appointed. What happened? And according to this committee, 42nd Amendment Act has come into being, and it amended two things. Basically, the two things, that is clause 4 and 5 was inserted in Article 368 of the Constitution. See, I am taking the classes on the mains perspective. Okay, that is why it is taking timing, and that is why I am explaining all those steps. This is all mains things. You get it for prelims also. This Keshavanda Bharati case and all, there is a probability for this prelims. And it removed the scope of what happened mean by 42nd Amendment Act. Indira Gandhi removed the scope of judicial review. Again, it was being challenged in the court. Okay. It also challenged this 42nd Amendment back, changed the characteristics of Indian to sovereign, socialist, secular republic, democratic republic from sovereign democratic republic. Also, it added Article 31C, which give primary to all DPSP over fundamental rights. So it give importance to DPSP than to the fundamental rights. See, this 42nd Amendment was again amended later. So it was considered as a mini constitution. Mini amendment was being made. So did you understand the highlights of this 42nd Amendment Act? You just want to know all these stuffs basically. Then Minerva Mill case. This is Minervaville vs Union of India. So 42nd Amendment Act, you got it. So what happened is here it challenged the 42nd Amendment Act in the Supreme Court. Minerva Mill case amended the 42nd Amendment Act of the Constitution itself being challenged, and it struck down clause 4 and 5. So clause 4 and 5 to the article 368 was inserted by 42nd Amendment Act. Okay, this article, this clause 4 and 5 was eliminated. This 4 and 5 was deleted by the Minerva Mill case judgment. Fine. So in other words, Parliament cannot under Article 368 expand its amending power so as to acquire for itself the right to repeal the Constitution or to destroy its basic feature. So this is what was the Minerva Mill case said. Minerva Mill cases versus Union of India. It was versus Union of India. Are you able to understand these cases and all? This is something bit complicated basis things. Don't worry, 16th is a Saturday at 2 p.m. We'll start a rocking MCQ sections. So we'll practice many MCQ, like 500 MCQs at a stretch. That's what I decided right now. So you get maximum of MCQs. 500 GS MCQ. Fine. So did you understand this Minerva Mill case? You understand the scope of it, no? This is what is it. Then we are going to see another cases. Vaman Rao case. This is Vaman Rao versus Union of India. Here, the Supreme Court judgment was upheld, and Article 368 was introduced, including clause 4 and 5, and said that it is void. The Article 4 and 5 is void. It is being said by Article 368 is being again discussed in Woman Rao case and said that Article 4 and 5 is void. It is null and void. And this is where these are the different cases which we see the different amendments, different establishment of this thing, that is basic structure of the Constitution is. So did you understand what is the basic structure? These are the different cases by which the Constitution itself is being evolved. Done. So it may be said that the final word on the issue of basic structure of the Constitution has not been pronounced. So it says that basic structure should not be amended. Basic structure should not be amended, but never a clear cut. Supreme Court never given a clear cut definition to what is a basic structure of the Constitution. It says that, yeah, this is all basic structure. That is, you should not amend the fundamental rights. You should give always opportunity to freedom of right, freedom of opportunity, etc. You should not amend it. That is what is AC says. Fine. So from various judgments, we are assuming this is the basic structure of the Constitution. First thing is supremacy of the Constitution. This is based on the various judgments. We assume that it is based on the supremacy of the Constitution. Rule of law is considered rule of law. The federal characteristic of Constitution, you cannot amend it. Democratic principle of the Constitution, supremacy of the Constitution, rule of law, federal of the democratic principle of the Constitution. Secular characteristics of the Constitution. Secular character of the Constitution. Unity and integrity of the Constitution. Democratic characteristic of Constitution. Unity and integrity of the country. So these are the basic structure. What is the basic structure? We are assuming that the supremacy of the Constitution. You cannot amend the supremacy of the Constitution. You cannot amend the federal nature of the thing. You cannot amend the democratic principles. You cannot amend the parliamentary democracy. We need for a parliamentary. If you amend the parliamentary democracy, we don't want a parliamentary democracy. We want a presidential form of government. That means we are amending the basic structure of the Constitution. You should not amend the sovereignty of India. That means, what is the sovereignty of India? You should not amend the secular condition, secular state of India. That is, you in sudden day, one day, you should not come and say that this is a state religion, any religion. You are telling that India will follow only this religion. This is our state religion. So you should not have such secularism. That is what Supreme Court says. It also says the democratic character of the polity, you cannot amend it. Done. So this is the basic structure of the Constitution is all about. And freedom of dignity, freedom to live individuality, equal opportunity, equal protection. So this is all independence of judiciary. These are all the basic structure of the Constitution. So did you understand it? Did you understand the concepts as it? So we discuss also in the mains perspective. So please do take your Lakshmikant. Where is it? Lakshmikant. Come on, take your Lakshmikant, please. I told you to bring it. So did you understand what is preamble is? I think nearly 2 hours we were discussing what is preamble, how the preamble is, what is the basic structure of the Constitution. See, let me tell you very frankly, whatever the notes which I'm giving, whichever the things, whatever I explained is for your mains perspective. It covers both your prelims and mains perspective. You don't want to refer anything extra. So I told you to take Lakshmikant inside by and add the additional points what I have discussed so far. What is it? Where is it? Which is a chapter? So preamble, we discussed it. We want to discuss the salient features of the Constitution. We'll discuss it tomorrow. I have a class at 8 p.m. so I can't discuss it. And 2 hours class section is more than enough. Now I see you something important in Lakshmikant. Some points, some tables and all. So what you have to read it. Already we discussed it in the main perspective. Basic structure is being discussed. Please do share with your friends. Please do rate my classes. Fine. And simply if I'm not replying sometimes to your comments and also, so see definitely for some, and I try to reply for all the comments, but for something unwanted comments like disturbing comments and all, it's not possible to reply or write. We're all, after all, human beings, and I neglect it. So if I'm not replying for your comment and all, don't think that the class is bad and just don't dislike on it. Please do evaluate my classes. I also like to know how my classes is. Are you able to understand the concept? I'm letting very frankly, from beginning to end, if you're listening my classes, that is all enough, because I explain everything in details. I don't know. I explain everything like criticism of the Constitution. This is what we are going to do tomorrow. We'll discuss it. The salient features of the Constitution. I was not able to complete it, but you are clear with this preamble of the Constitution is, right? Where is it? Yeah. Done. So please do share with your friends also. Where is yeah. Text and all is being given. So you got the concept. So along with it, please do read the Lakshmikant today itself. And if you have any doubt, please do ask me tomorrow, significance of preamble. We discuss with Chris, yeah, preamble as a part of Constitution. This case, please do highlight Barubari case. Thank you. But one condition, please do watch from beginning to end, because no, those who are watching my classes from beginning to end, in between not going and watching complete section, no, they really benefit. There are many persons, I know them, and they have messaged me and all. Thank you for your things. So tomorrow we discuss salient features of the Constitution. It will be 1 hour. I will do it. So I'm going to, yeah, optional channel, the most expected topic for optional, I'm doing it. And Saturday we do an MCQ section, that is 500 most important MCQ for your prelims. Important areas. I'll choose from your important areas. Time is 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I usually wanted to start it from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. but unfortunately some things will happen and it will be starting by 4:30. But tomorrow I'll start by 4 p.m. itself. This network node was going on, power was fluctuating. So only this case I forget to do that. That's why I ask you to. Lakshmikant, please do mark this Beriberi Union case. Just mark it like that. Keshavanda Bharati case and all, we discussed it. 4:30, 4 p.m. The timing is 4 p.m. Tomorrow will start by 4 p.m. itself. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. No, then only I can take 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday class will be from 6 p.m. That is, 2 p.m. That is a marathon section. 2 p.m. or from 5 p.m. evening. Or 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. evening. I'll tell it. And that day, most probably, I won't conduct the MCQ section on the app. So, in Barubari case, what happened? So, it's in Barubari Union case, it says that, so general purpose of the preamble is being discussed. So, that is what is it's being saying in Barubari case. So, please do it. That is one case. This LIC case and all is not needed. Just no. We discussed the amendability. So, this thing, in this chapter, what you have to highlight and study is the this thing. India become a member of UN in 1940. Nakara versus Union of India 1983. This case is a probable case nowadays. So read this: aesthetic state, theocratic state and secular state. We discussed it. Different type of states. The term democracy is derived from people rule. Referendum. 12th one, mark it 12th one. Referendum is a procedure whereby proposed legislation is referred to the electorate for settlement by direct elections. This case and all, you don't want to read it all. Notes is fine. So that's it. This all the things. The referendum, you mark it. What is aesthetic state, what is theocratic state, and what is secular state, different meanings also, you be clear with it. You may get it for prelims, that is India become union in 1945. So hope you're clear with it. And Barubari case, done. So we'll wind up today's section. We'll meet by tomorrow 4 p.m. So if there is a class, definitely I'll schedule it. You can use my code BIJU and get a 10% discount. Please do follow me on Telegram so that I'll update the notes over there. And we'll do an MCQ section, the 500 most expected MCQ on Saturday. Thank you and have a great day. See you at 8.